Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, and we have an update on the Britney Spears conservatorship that just broke this Thursday afternoon. Shout out to Sarai for just sending me this late-breaking update. We've got, as you guys know, the Britney Spears court battle has gone on for a long while now. Getting pretty ugly out there. Variety's Elizabeth Wagmeister reported Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, steps down from conservatorship. Let's talk about it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget, like this video and subscribe for all future updates of the sort. So let's get right into it here. Just check out this article. Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, has agreed to step down from his daughter's conservatorship. The turn of events is a massive win for the international pop star who has been under a conservatorship for 13 years, ever since Mr. Spears placed his famous daughter under the court-ordered arrangement in 2008 when she suffered a very public breakdown, which, if I could interject, is in complete response to the fact of paparazzi hounding her and her newborn babies. And, oh, what a mess. We all owe Britney Spears an apology. Who would have thought that this would have taken so long to resolve? And of course, there's a lot more to talk about here. In the 13 years since Spears has been fit enough to perform, go on tour, hold a Las Vegas residency, and earn hundreds of millions of dollars. Speaking up more than ever before, Spears has been urging the judge to remove her father from her conservatorship through a series of blistering testimony this summer, even telling the court that she wants to press charges against her father for conservatorship abuse and stating that she wants her father in jail. On Thursday, today, Spears' father filed his response to the singer's petition for his suspension with the LA Superior Court, announcing his decision to step down, though his attorney states that there are no actual grounds for suspending or removing him. It's his way of saying, I'm not guilty of anything wrong here, but I'm going to rescind responsibilities. Come on, you spineless father. What are you doing? All right, anyway, so we just had a pop-up ad here. Speaking up more than ever before, she talks about that. There are, in fact, no grounds. Nevertheless, even as Mr. Spears is the unremitting target of unjustified attacks, he does not believe that a public battle with his daughter over his continuing service as her conservator would be in her best interest. So even though he must contest this unjustified petition for his removal, Mr. Spears intends to work with the court and his daughter's new attorney to prepare for an orderly transition to a new conservator. As the court has likely surmised before Miss Spears' new attorney arrives, Mr. Spears has already been working on such a transition with Mrs. Spears, or Miss Spears' former court-appointed counsel, Sam Ingham. So what's wild here is that Jamie Spears could get her into a conservatorship, but he can't get her out. Now look, at least we're removing him from this. There should be zero profiting off of taking care of her finances. I've always said this. I'll continue with this article in a second. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I've always said there should be like a business manager here who has like a stopgap. Like if she's worth $100 million, she should maybe say like, look, for the next 2 years, if you spend more than $1 million a month, there's going to be a stopgap and we're going to like not let you access your finances. Whatever the case might be, I'm making the numbers up. The point is, work with her to find a way to get her to control her finances. And if you're worried she's going to spiral into some problem, or the more sinister thought is that like her boyfriend or someone else is going to abuse her like financial capabilities and take money from her and this and that. We know that she's a huge target. So the point is, create some sort of stopgap there in a financial business planner way, but does that have to be a conservator, appointed by the court, or can this just be, a business manager that's hired to look after her interests on the bigger level, so she's not just buying people homes willy-nilly? In response to Spears' father stepping down, the pop star's attorney Matthew Rosengard issued a statement obtained by Variety. I announced in court on July 14th that after 13 years of the status quo, it was time for Mr. Spears to be suspended or removed as conservator, and that my firm and I would move aggressively and expeditiously for that outcome. 12 days later, my firm filed a petition for Mr. Spears' suspension and removal based on strong, insurmountable legal grounds which were unequivocally supported by the law and all parties involved, including Jody Montgomery, Britney Spears, and her medical team. We are pleased that Mr. Spears and his lawyer have today conceded in a filing that he must be removed. It is vindication for Britney. We are disappointed, however, by their ongoing shameful and reprehensible attacks on Miss Spears and others, Rosengard's statement says. We look forward to continuing our vigorous investigation into the conduct of Mr. Spears and others over the past 13 years while he reaped millions of dollars from his daughter's estate, and I look forward to taking Mr. Spears' sworn deposition in the near future. Rosengard adds, in the interim, rather than making false accusations and taking cheap shots at his own daughter, Mr. Spears should remain silent and step aside immediately. Spears' father had been her co-conservator since 2008. He became sole conservator in 2019 after attorney Andrew Wallet resigned from co-conservatorship. In September 2019, he temporarily relinquished his powers. Oh, we lost it there. Relinquished his powers, and Jody Montgomery became the conservator of her person, meaning she is responsible for Spears' medical and personal well-being. Spears' father has remained the sole conservator of her estate, managing all of her finances and making a hefty sum of her annual multi-million-dollar earnings, given that Spears has continued to record music and perform regularly while under conservatorship. More to come. Well, folks, this is fascinating. I think they need to audit everyone from top to bottom. The judge, every single lawyer, medical person, anyone who is a part of this, who profited off of keeping Britney Spears under conservatorship, should be looked at. This is modern, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is like literally modern day slavery, in the sense that she was the commodity being used, put on tour, not being allowed to get her IUD taken out, not having control of her own finances that she so rightfully earned. And all of this took place in plain sight, folks. Rather than just be completely ashamed that we didn't literally march on the streets sooner, I know a lot of people did in the Free Britney movement. We should understand that it's better late than never that we get her the help that she so deserves. Now, listen, is Britney Spears, is she okay? This doesn't answer the question. We just had to get her father removed from the conservatorship because clearly he's farming out his own daughter for his own greed, along with a lot of others. But it doesn't mean she's all right. Now, listen, she's been famous since she was an early teen. And as a lot of people have said, you kind of hit maturity at the age that you've reached fame. So if you're in your mid 30s and you've had this life of anonymity, and then you get some sort of fame, you're going to be okay. But if for the people that got their fame in their early days, it's amazing that people like Justin Bieber are as well off as they are. With someone like Britney Spears, she's had boyfriends that operated as her managers. She's had people that clearly haven't had her best interest, and has zero trust in her own blood, in her own family. So the question will be, is she okay? And how can we get her, how can she get the help that she needs without, with also maintaining her freedom? So she's been posting a lot more on social media. What's this here? A little boomerang here. Hashtag Free Britney. Geez, look at that flag. I was like, my flag up over the American flag? Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. Is that bad? I know in my previous post I said you guys know my situation, but let me clarify. You only know half of it. And for a lot of you who say I should be cautious with what I post, I mean, if you really think about it, with what I've been through, I believe I've been way too cautious. One day I will live on the edge, one day. So on behalf of Britney Spears, on behalf of Britney's fan club, which I am a proud member, I say, Britney, you do you. If you want to dance weird, and if it's cringeworthy, and that's the worst thing, by all means, build your studio, dance like nobody's watching, and enjoy life. You've earned every second of it. I just hope that if you do need help, that you have the resources that are there to get it, and the people in your inner circle aren't taking advantage of you. So let me know what you guys think. Everybody leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This is a great example where democracy, in a weird sense, does work. The power of the people, the pressure, even though Mr. Spears here thinks that he could maintain his conservatorship and she doesn't have legal grounds, clearly enough phone calls were made, enough marching in the street, and enough pots and pans were banged to get him out of there, and we'll have to see what happens next. Subscribe to the content for updates if you haven't already. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye now.